Hello, yes, this is BG Mancini, and let me tell you about super cool radio and my friend Matthew Thomas. And Who are you?
Who are you?
No, who are you?
Well, I am Yuri. Who are you? BG Mancini. That's
yeah.
right. Yuri heard. Yes.
Yeah, I'm BG Mancini.
Hello, BG. I'm Yuri, BG Mancini.
What are you? No, I ask the questions.
Well, you do, Mr. Mancini. You're quick on the draw.
No, I'm friends with Matthew Thomas. You're not supposed to be here.
I'm friends with Matthew Thomas. We are great friends and mortal enemies.
No, he said you weren't going to be here.
What? No, that's misinformation. That's fake news, BG Mancini.
You know what? I'm a space traveling bad guy. Who are you?
Well, we already discussed this. I'm Yuri. You know what, BG? Space traveling bad guy.
Yeah, it's a solid gig, you know.
Okie dokie. You look like a predatory lender to me, so Yuri.
No.
Yuri's getting rid of you. Yuri's getting rid of you, Mr. Mancini. Holy cow. Holy cow. There, see, look at this. Back to color. Yuri sat down. What did he put down his chair? Whoops. Sorry, okay. Hello, ladies. We're back in color now. Yuri has no idea. Space traveling bad guy. Made everything black and white. Unbelievable. Okay, Yuri's here for one reason and one reason only. That is to list, in order, the top 4 ABBA songs. Yuri was going to discuss it with Matthew Thomas, but he is not here, so we will go over them. Okay. Number 4. Whoops. Number 4. Yuri keeps kicking the camera. He's not very good. He needs Matthew Thomas here. But anyway, number 4. Waterloo.
Hey, what are you doing? My shot. What are you doing? No, I hired BG Mancini.
Well, no,
what are you doing
He's
here?
a bad guy. He said it. I think the BG might stand for bad guy. He looks like a predatory lender. I don't like
He's been helping me out. He's an influencer.
I don't like you getting involved with him, Matthew Thomas. We might need a bigger screen. Yuri's over here. He's off. He's on. It's backwards. It's black and white. It's color. Yuri doesn't know what's happening. Okay, number 3.
What are you talking about?
I'm talking the top 4 ABBA songs.
No!
Number 3 is Water.
You said AC/DC.
No. Oh, that's right. Okay, 3, 2, 1. Waterloo, Waterloo, Waterloo. Done. We can talk AC/DC now. Let's get in the picture, Matthew Thomas. Yuri's...
There we go.
Okay, yeah, you'd think we didn't know what we were doing and we were filming in our parents' basement if you were just watching, but we're not.
This is my studio that you just kicked out BG Mancini. Now he drove away in his 1920s Ford Model T.
Does it fly?
No.
Well, it clearly time travels if he's a space traveling bad guy.
That's what he said. He says the Esquire too. I don't know about that.
Okay, well, Yuri's here.
Yeah, top 4 AC/DC.
Good to see you, Matthew Thomas.
I told you on Wednesday we were doing this, not today.
Whatever.
I told BG Mancini.
It's always Wednesday when Yuri's here. You know that. You know that. Okay. Are you ready, Matthew Thomas?
Sure.
All right, we're talking top 4 AC/DC albums. Yuri is not used to the camera. He's more of a radio
I've
man.
noticed.
He's got the face for the radio.
You do.
Wait a minute. You insulted Yuri.
Yeah.
Okay, well, fair enough. Good one. Good one, Matthew Thomas. Yeah.
One for Matthew Thomas. See, like, I'm on the screen.
Yuri's working on it. We're talking top 4 AC/DC albums. Yeah.
All right.
The Rushmore of AC/DCs. Before we get started, Yuri would like to give an honorable mention to the new AC/DC album, Power Up. Yuri likes it. He might put that in the top 5 or 6 AC/DC albums of all time.
I was digging those guitar riffs. They're killer.
Absolutely. Yuri was very pleasantly surprised. You'd think AC/DC back up against the wall. Drummer in jail. Brian Johnson deaf. Malcolm Young dead. No, they come out with a good album. Yuri was very impressed. You know, it had some different things. And, you know, but it's still AC/DC, but fresh. Yuri liked it. Yuri liked it a lot. Let's go to the top 4. I will start, Matthew. Whoa, what are you doing? Oh, how come you can do that? There it is, yes. Yuri has power in his hand here. Okay, Yuri will start with his number 4.
Go for it.
Okay, Yuri forgot what it was. No, Yuri knows. Hold on. Yuri off screen here. Coming back.
Come on, hurry up. This is live TV.
Oh, please. Powerage.
Oh,
Number 4, yes. This Yuri would describe as electric boogie blues rock and roll. That's right. We start off with rock and roll damnation. We got the down payment blues. That Bon Scott. Yuri's a big Bon Scott guy. You know, you can tell he's a working man. You know, he's singing about he bought the Cadillac, now he can't afford the gasoline. He's an happens. Right. You know, he's a working man, the rock and roll man. Yuri likes the Bon Scott. He's quite humorous. You know, he rock and rolls, but he don't take himself too seriously. You know what I mean?
He's there for the fun. I can tell.
He has a good time. Riff Raff, the 4th track on her, Unbelievable.
And
Unbelievable.
I think Sin City's underrated in my opinion.
Well, yeah, the problem, why we're number 4 here, Yuri's getting the hang of it. Not a hit. There's no hits on here, but very solid throughout.
I agree with that.
And high-paced rock and roll. Riff Raff, unbelievable. They haven't written another song like that in quite some time.
It's up in your face.
Maybe ever. That's right, yes. So this is Yuri's number 4 album. Again, straightforward rock and roll, no nonsense, but no hit. No hit.
I like that. I like that.
All right, Matthew Thomas, you're number 4.
All right, my number 4. You only have yours on CD. Mine is actually on vinyl. Is Back in Black by AC/DC.
Oh, the number 4 spot. Wow.
Yeah, I'm putting the number 4.
Okay.
I am more of a Bon Scott guy, but this album, I think it was different for them at the time. I know they were kind of doing more like a little bit of blues rock before this album, but I think bringing Brian Johnson after obviously the passing of Bon Scott, I think it was definitely a fresh take on a few things. Especially, I mean, yeah, Back in Black, and then you go right into Hell's Bells, which I really like that intro. They were trying different things. I think they're including some more elements, like, you know, obviously the tolling of the bell in Hell's Bells, but also it still had the rock and roll. There you go.
You got the Hell's Bells.
But honestly, there's hits on there. If you ask people about AC/DC, they probably can list at least 2 or 3 or even 4 off this album. Yeah, obviously Back in Black, Giving the Dog a Bone, I think honestly very fun. And Rock and Roll Ain't Noise Pollution, I think if you think AC/DC, you think that song. So Back in Black, my number 4.
Yuri likes it. Yuri likes it. Yuri will get back to that one later. Actually, this is a fun fact. Yuri just noticed on this hipster vinyl you have here, this is not the right order of the tracks. We start off with Hell's Bells, and we end with Rock and Roll Ain't Noise Pollution. Very strange. Very strange. Yuri just noticed. That's why you get to that
that's vinyl.
Yeah, it's vinyl for her. Yeah. Yuri really likes putting this on in the car, you know. Yeah, Yuri goes and Ubers around and puts on his record. Yeah. No, CD. Okay, Yuri, number 3. Kicking it into the live. AC/DC live, yes. AC/DC is a live band. They come. This is only the 1 disc. Yuri's going to put the 2-disc live collector's edition. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. All the hit songs. They are played a little faster, right? So if you like the standard, you know, jazzed up a little bit. You got crazy solos at the end of every song, right? Boom, big end. Oops, sorry. Boom, big end at the end. Yuri just can't stand camera. He's getting upset at himself. Anyway, it's a live band, right? You take the power from the album, you turn it up to 12, and you bring in a cannon. It's got the dog. It's got the dog. So all kind of hits. Check it out. Matthew Thomas, number 3.
My number 3 is also a live album, but
Great live band.
am going with If You Want Blood. Looks like Bon Scott might be murdering people, but that's okay.
Yeah, that album cover frightened Yuri as a child, and still kind of does. But great album.
Yeah.
Great album.
Now, I will say it is different compared to the live album that you just said, because it is more straightforward, that there really wasn't really any solos. It was like, this is a studio version of the song, and we're going to play it. So I will say, I think if you're looking for solos, if you're looking for big endings or a canon, that's not it.
No canon.
But if you're looking for some just great rock and roll music to put in the garage and work on your car, If You Want Blood, You Got It is a great album to put on.
You got it. All right. Yeah, okay. Yeah, no canon. And hey, there's nothing wrong with a 15-minute version of Jailbreak, Matthew Thomas.
No, there's not. But I'm kind of nostalgia for the old school Bon Scott live.
Right. He's got a great stage presence. Yuri's a big fan. Yuri's a big fan. No secrets here. No secrets. Wish it was longer. Only 10 songs. Only 10 songs, you know?
It is an edited version. The whole concert itself was longer, but this was only to fit on the one
They
CD.
didn't want to give you a double LP that you could play conveniently in your car. Yeah. You can play this conveniently in your car.
Wait,
Both discs.
You're telling me this is inconvenient to play outside of your house?
Well, you took Yuri off the screen to put it in front of his face. I mean, you know, not like I can go, hey, I'm going to go for a jog and, you know, put on my record in my headphones.
Yeah,
And carry my record player around, you know? No.
yeah,
Right.
what happens?
You young people think this is great. Well, it is. It's good, but it's not convenient. It's not convenient. You're going to pay, dozens of dollars for this that you can't take anywhere with you. Yuri doesn't understand. Put this in your pocket.
All right,
Young people.
your second.
My side, number 2. Yeah, number 2. Here it comes. The CD version of Back in Black.
Oh!
Yeah, again, as I discussed earlier with the Power Up, back against the wall here. You know, Bon Scott, lead singer, a long way to the top. They get to the top, he dies. He dies. What do you have to do? You find Brian Johnson, who, I tell you this, more range, I think better singer. Bon Scott just entertains me more. He's a little more tongue-in-cheek. He's a little more rock and roll, you know what I mean? But, hey, Brian Johnson put out one heck of an album here with AC/DC. Again, you open with the Hell's Bells. I mean, who does that? Oh, let's toll a bell, as you said, for 30 seconds. Let's start the album like that. That's rock and roll. Right into Shoot to Thrill. You've got Back in Black, the title track on there. Kicks off side 2. One of the most notable riffs of all time. Matthew Thomas said, the hits. Yeah, You Shook Me All Night Long. I mean, that's 4 out of 10 are hits. And it's right in the sweet spot, too. Yuri thinks like 9 to 11 AC/DC songs, about 40 minutes. Perfect. Perfect. Doesn't go on too long, but you want more, but not too much more. So, great album, great hits. Back in Black. Again, yeah, the AC/DC, when they need to put out a big hit, they do it. Great selling album. And, Yuri's problem, not problem, but Yuri gets a little complacent, I guess, with the Brian Johnson in the later years. They get in the groove, you know, they get in the groove.
It's all solid.
Just hammering it out. But it's got, all tracks distinct. Everyone goes, AC/DC, sound the same. Play 3 different riffs. Give this a listen. Give this a listen. Back in Black, number 2.
It was kind of funny that, they had all the music already done, but Brian Johnson, he didn't want to use any of the Bon Scott versions of the lyrics and songs, so he had to rewrite all the lyrics for Back in Black.
What the rewrite it was. How about that?
Yeah.
Definitely took AC/DC into a more serious kind of tone, Bon Scott was fun-loving, loved fun a little too much.
Fortunately.
Brian Johnson says, hey, I got it from here, guys.
Dirty Deeds, my second album, is actually, personally, is my favorite, but I have to give my first one a little bit of an edge. But Dirty Deeds, just that title track, that hard-hitting riff, like they come out swinging with the title track on Dirty Deeds, Done Dirt Cheap.
Absolutely, that was one of my favorites on the live album, AC/DC Live, was Dirty Deeds, Done Dirt Cheap. Indeed, just big power, big riff.
And then Rocker has like a punk rock feel to it. It's pretty quick. Bon Scott's going nuts on it. It's a good one.
Rock and roller, right out of controller. Yes, you got it. Absolutely, yes. The speed. Yuri likes the speed, the high energy, intense rock and roll.
But also, I like the blues rock of Ain't No Fun Waiting Around to Be a Millionaire.
Oh, a deep cut there, right?
Yeah,
deep
honestly,
cut.
one of my favorites.
Really?
It's kind of got the blues feel to it. It's a little bit more on the mellow side for like AC/DC compared to like Dirty Deeds and Rocker, which is some high energy rock and roll. They can also hit you with some blues as well for Ain't No Fun.
That's true. Yeah, this era, the Bon Scott era, even on the Power Age, they had some different stuff on there, Power Age, whatever. I don't speak English hardly. On Dirty Deeds, we get different kind of cuts, different sides of AC/DC.
Yes, and I will say, but other than like Dirty Deeds and Rocker, not really too many hits on here. I mean, Problem Child is good, but you also heard that on Let There Be Rock.
Oh, that is true. Yeah, this is the U.S. version, right? For all the AC/DC sticklers out there, there's an Australian version, this and that. Very confusing. Very confusing. Actually, this American version was released after Back in Black, 1981.
Yes, it was.
Yeah, how about that? Yeah. Hell, hey, we got this new singer that sold 50 million albums. Here's an unrelated singer. Yeah. Here's the number 1, ladies and gentlemen.
Oh, that's
Let There Be Rock. Yes, the AC/DC. Let There Be Rock. I tell you what, 8 songs. Right, 8 songs. That was you, Matthew Thomas. He said, Merry Christmas, Yuri. And Yuri said, thank you. It was fantastic. 8 songs. No breaks. I mean, we've got 40 minutes of in-your-face rock and roll. From the start, we go down. We've got the bad boy boogie. Let There Be Rock. What the riff. What the blistering pace. What the story. Unbelievable. And then we're going to end with Whole Lotta Rosie. I mean, the solos on this thing, unbelievable. This is the AC/DC I love. Just down and dirty. We're going to boogie and rock and roll and blow out all the speakers and make sure you're deaf for a week and a half. Yuri likes it. And to end it, on top of all that, not only is it the best album.
I got in the deluxe edition.
That's right. See if you can see that. Look at these shorts Bon Scott's wearing. Come on, look at that. Those are incredible shorts. So, yeah, on top of the music, we've got that. Number 1.
My number one.
I'll bet you can't guess what it is. Bet you don't. Oh, hey. It's like somebody put that on screen before.
It's
like,
Highway to Hell. I gotta do it. Just Bon Scott goes nuts for like every song. He pretty much just goes nuts on. Even like songs that kind of start out a little bit slower, like Night probably just goes insane on, honestly. But yeah, Highway to Hell, which I think is one of AC/DC's most iconic hits. But also Girls Got Rhythm, Walk All Over You. But that's a great opening 3 songs. Like those riffs, just iconic. So I gotta go Highway to Hell, not only for the guitar riffs, but Bon Scott's just insane vocals throughout the whole album. Plus, Shot Down in Flames. Oh man. Yeah. Oh, the guitar riffs.
Yeah, a lot of good songs on this one. Yuri didn't pick it for the top 4. Now, yeah, you're right. Bon Scott putting a lot into it, right? Putting everything into it. Kind of scared me a little bit. It definitely did not sound like the Bon Scott on the previous records. He took it to a whole new level of screaming,
Exactly.
So, kind of made Yuri go, whoa there, hey. But that is our top 4 AC/DC albums. So, Yuri's and Matthew Thomas's. Yuri's getting the hang of this backwards camera you have going, Matthew Thomas.
You'll get it one day.
Well, maybe. But probably not. Yuri's very confused by it. Very confused. But we hope you enjoyed. See, you lost it again. Hope you enjoyed. Not too bad. Not too bad.
I think it was very fun. You chased away my best influencer, but
very strange man. Very strange man.
This PG man.
He's a bad guy. He said it himself.
Space traveling mad guy. It's what his business card says. But anyway.
Too much for Yuri.
If you like this video and want to support Super Cool Radio, we have these really awesome t-shirts I am currently wearing on our Endeavor After store. The link will be in the description. Also, you can hear us on Spotify, Anchor, iTunes, and Google Podcasts. So please check out, support Super Cool Radio. I am Matthew Thomas.
Well, this is Yuri. Did you hear that, folks? This man has got the gift. He's got the gift on the radio. That was incredible. He just shut that all off like that. Wonderful.
A lot of practice.
Wonderful. Very good, Matthew Thomas. He's the man. You need to hear about Super Cool Radio, you talk to him.
That's right.
You see Baby Mancini, you run. I'm still a little shaken up.
He's my highest rated Instagram video.
All
right.
Too much for Yuri.
Well,
Yuri's no nonsense. That seems like nonsense to Yuri. Yuri's very straightforward. No funny business with Yuri.
Yeah, definitely not, except showing up on the wrong day.
Whatever. It's Wednesday somewhere.
All right.
Happy Wednesday, ladies. Happy Wednesday.
I'm Matthew Thomas, signing off. Everyone, have a good night. Thank you for watching.